Welcome to the It's
literally that Nelson Mandela is saying. Together we can literally do more. The journey continues.
Welcome to the Yeah, pop.
You got the extra ones today. Got the extra ones today.
On episode 2 of Posties Goes Corporate, I had to turn up the sauce just nyan.
Exactly, guys. Back-to-back weeks.
Yes,
you know what that means? You must subscribe.
Yes,
you must follow.
Yes,
you must do everything. And also, guys, you must wear broke.
You must wear broke.
You know what I'm saying?
Segue into an intro because you know who we got. It's my guy, it's my boy, our creative director. You know, that's how we say it.
But the leadership.
I think the guidance. Making me shy. What you talking about, my boy? How you doing?
I'm lovely.
Andile, we're happy to have you, bro.
No, thank you for having me, guys.
Original Capstad, what you say?
I'm easy, I'm chilling.
Nah.
What's the vibes?
Nah, we're chilling.
How you feeling?
It's a good day. The sun is bouncing on the boys, you know. We're sitting outside.
Chocolate boys to the top.
Oh, always. Always.
Chocolate kings to the top.
So far on Posties, there's only one other video, and that's the video that we shot earlier, but apparently it's last week because you need to tune in. But we outside, my boy.
We outside.
Are you outside tonight?
It's my birthday weekend, bro. So
How?
I don't know. Maybe. Let's see.
Don't kiss me.
Let's see what the city's saying.
Yes, sir. So no, we happy to have you, bro.
Thank you for having me, chance.
Long time coming.
I had to complain to get you.
No, it's
here,
why.
guys.
No, there's a story behind that
I
one.
met them this one night. It was like, gents, you invited all the broke boys by me. He said, beef, come on, let's step aside and so on. I'm just kidding.
He did do that though.
But it's all love. It's all love. And now we have you here, and we're gonna talk about everything,
Let's
my
chop.
G. Hey, let's chop it up.
First of all, aren't you tired, eh?
Bro.
No.
Top boys,
Top boys.
What I normally say is, being tired, bro. Like, you can't be tired, but you can be broke at the same time. Bro. You gotta choose a struggle. Come on.
Yes, sir. This is one of the idea taglines. Let's drop the t-shirt. So how was the tour? Obviously, the boys left with the mission. Before the boys left, I bumped into a couple of the guys. And the focus was there, the levels was there. And even when you guys were already gone, I was in Mzwa a couple nights. And like the boys are very focused, you know what I'm saying? So how were the fruits of the journey? Y'all went to the Eastern Cape, y'all went to KZN, y'all went to Gauteng.
They said Val level 2.
So it's actually funny, bro, the talk came about.
Yeah.
So initially we were supposed to open Klubhouse on the 1st of July.
Yeah, I know that.
But then with delays.
Because that was a coins and spoiler.
Get me? Yeah, coins. So we were supposed to open Klubhouse 1st of July, but with the delays of building and just like trying to do the shop fittings, we had to push it just a bit further. But we couldn't let that like stand in the way of us dropping the mesh that we've been working on, like the stuff that we've been working on. So we decided to say, listen, let me go park my car inside the store so long and then just save from the boot of my car. And we did that in Cape Town, and the energy was crazy, bro. It was overwhelming, low key. And then after the whole thing, I think we went to yours truly. I think me and the boys went to yours truly. We just like taking the day in, and then we just started. I think Roscoe was like, oh, it'd be nice if we can just do Joburg.
Roscoe too easy.
Roscoe's too easy. Roscoe's like,
you
know what? Fuck, it would be nice if we can do Joburg. Like, and then I was like, that's not a bad idea, though.
Yeah.
And then at that very moment, it's like, if you're going to do Joburg, we need to start planning right now. This very moment.
Yes.
And it happened fast.
We're like, yo, let's do Joburg. That night, so let's do Joburg. Went home. So, like, I feel like the boys, we have like a hectic sleeping disorder. Hectic sleeping.
I mean, a house with 2 DJs,
you get me?
1 rock star.
You get me? So,
and one.
So like sometimes I'm up at 2 a.m. or sometimes Coin's up at 2 a.m. and then like I just pop the text. I'm like, yo, fuck man, let's just do a tour, bro. We can't just do Joburg. We've been to Joburg and we can't constantly play it safe. Let's step outside our comfort zone. Let's go to Val. That's where we get most of our love from. Shout out Val, man.
I have to commend you guys on that note because it was not safe at all. Especially from a Cape Town POV. We don't tour.
We were like, no, you know what? we need to step outside our comfort zone. Like, let's go see other cities. Let's go try Durban. Let's go try PE.
Yeah.
I went to Val for the first time, even though that's where we get most of our love from.
Oh,
shout out
word.
Val one more time.
Word.
Yeah, like our homies from Val.
Val, you heard. The way
Val,
this-
that's what he said.
the public declaration.
Yeah, bro, like I feel like that's family. That's why we feel most at home.
Yeah.
Like, it was our first time going there, quite far from Joburg.
Yeah.
I think that trip kind of gave us like an idea of like how far homies travel to Joburg whenever there's a pop-up in Joburg.
Crazy.
Because homies come through from Val. Whenever
Val.
they say we're in Joburg, it's
Wow.
like an hour to 2 hour like travel, bro.
Exactly. And they're here for
And
you.
when they come to, so we're like, yo, this time let's meet them halfway, bro. And
But
then,
you
like,
guys
we
tapped
literally-
in this time.
We drove all the way, and I was like, fuck,
I'm sure they appreciated it. I'm
it's
sure
far. Nah, they
appreciated
came
it.
out, bro. They showed us love.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, bro. I mean, like, the tour was crazy, bro.
Mm.
Right now, I'm still
So,
taking it.
so you guys spent like 2 weeks on road. How long was it?
I mean, we left on the 27th, and then we came back on the 11th.
Is that heard of, guys? A collective. Sharp, there's DJs and there were gigs involved and stuff like that. But a collective going on tour in South
Why
Africa.
not?
Do we know that?
Why not?
You guys are breaking new ground here, Chief.
Oh, like, at the end of the day, being broke is being rebellious over conforming to expectations.
Yes,
You get
sir.
it?
Exactly.
So,
The one with the K, we heard.
Hey, come on.
Watch that episode.
Yeah, so we're like, fuck, no, let's see. Let's try it. I mean,
Okay.
we're not sure about it.
Okay.
It was not easy. I mean, if it's easy, then anyone else can do it.
Exactly.
But we took the leap of faith. I mean,
No.
one thing I'm always like grateful for is like the family, the bro boys. Like,
Yeah.
bro, like I won't lie. They make everything seem easy, man. They make
Yeah.
everything seem achievable. So whenever we lie to each other and say, yo, let's go on tour, we can do it. And then everyone's like, nah.
And then you find
so we
yourself
have this one thing of,
something
I get you,
Yeah.
I get you. If someone says a point, even if ever no one gets you,
get
there'll always
you.
be that one who's like, I get you, dog. So,
Yeah.
so there's that constant love of saying, yo, bro, listen, I know you might not be sure about it, but trust me, we'll take you all the way. We'll see, bro. We'll cross the bridge when we get there. And then that's how like we end up on top.
But I want to segue a little bit on that because you're talking about like the dynamic between you guys. And like, it's a family. And with all families, there's fights.
All the time.
Exactly. How do you guys actually like resolve that kind of conflict and like how does it make you guys better?
Class 5 niggas.
So one thing that people don't know about us is like every Monday there's a meeting.
Okay.
Really?
Every Monday there's a meeting.
Yes.
Disciplinary hearing. It's
Yes. No, I know.
everything. Like
So it was every disciplinary.
you get me? Like it's recap on the weekend on like what happened. So if you fuck up throughout the weekend, who let you hear? Who let you chill with it? But on Monday, 7 p.m. Everyone is back from work, sitting down in lounge.
Okay.
Now it's you and the
the
gang. You have to
secrets, the
explain
secrets.
why are you moving like that.
Yes.
Why did you do that? You know your
Yes.
actions affect the whole gang. So,
Yes.
like, I feel like all the fights are resolved every Monday. So every
That's
Monday
very
we
good.
sit down to try and figure out the way forward. Where are we? What's our plan? Like,
That's very good.
now we just did
That's
the
very
tour.
good.
Now what's next?
That's
So,
And it keeps you accountable because
It
it's
keeps
not
you
like
accountable.
you're always moving
Yeah.
forward.
yeah, like so we always sit down every Monday to just chat through like just like whatever is bothering, if ever there's beef amongst the crews. Because we have like learned from the past collectives that came before us that like, certain things can come through in between. It can be money, it can be girls, it can be anything, bro. So we always try to iron it out as quick as we can before it turns into resentment.
But was there ever like growing pain because it couldn't have been like this from the beginning, like when you were starting the thing?
Yeah, why did you guys decide Mondays? What happened to make Monday the day?
Like,
was this wisdom or was this a lesson learned?
no, like Monday came about like it's after the weekend, man. I think it came about like after Gap or Sundays. So you know, like a lot happens during
That year.
bro. That's it. So a lot happens throughout the weekend.
He already knows. He knows which year, but that Monday was necessary.
So like, bro, a lot happens throughout the weekend. We don't want to let it grow old. Let's get on top of it.
Tap in.
The day after,
Start
ASAP
afresh.
before. Start afresh. So when we kick off the week, everything is clean slate. If we beef throughout the meeting, after the meeting we leave everything. But we
Yeah.
move forward, go get chow.
Everyone must say the
They
piece.
say what's in your heart, bro. Because one thing we'd hate is for someone to be unhappy within the movement. And then one day yours truly they confide in you like
listen.
the boys
Now it's spreading. Now it's spreading.
negative
No.
energy. So we
Exactly.
try and like nip it at the bottom before it turns into energy.
Yeah. Before we continue, we do have Ace here and it is drip cam time.
Exactly.
I'm gonna do that every week now. I'm sorry. Drip cam, essentially, it's a segment on Posties. As you can tell, we put on the drip cam, and you put on what you got on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's as the leader.
What did you do?
What you got on, my boy? What you wearing today? Who you wearing head to toe? Let's go.
Forgive me, everyone.
Let me hold this while he's speaking.
I didn't get a chance.
Let me hold the other one. Where's the other one?
I didn't get a chance to change my shoes, but at the moment I'm wearing my Timberland lags. That's when like I have a lot of work. That's my work shoe.
Yes, sir. The party's level.
Then I got the homies WAF socks on. I got the Lee jeans.
We love it. Yes, sir.
Underneath I got the family TNO.
Yes, sir. What's on top of the underneath?
On top of underneath, unreleased. The check top coming soon.
Looking fire.
I to drop hopefully at the grand opening of Klubhouse.
Yes, sir. Do you have a date for that?
We have a couple of days that we have in mind, but like I don't wanna really.
He's better than coins.
He's better than coins. Coins didn't even know. They're just like, I know, I have to tell them.
That's what happens when you put a wire on a nigga. He's gonna tear. And the last but not least, I got the family.
Yes, sir.
Come on.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on. Mama's
yes,
boy, my
Mama's
studio
boy.
banana. Shout out to the homies, the team, the lost like man.
Loving it. Timber, what you wearing?
Oh, guys, just like last week, I'm in Pilani's trip
Yes,
again,
sir.
guys. Got me looking nice. Yes, my tongues are out. Yes, they're out today. They're out because we're ready to play. This one's birthday weekend. I must be ready. Like, what you saying, my brother?
Nah, South style. Obviously got on Fies gear though, but we're South styling. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
No beef.
Alright, but like straight after the drip
Let's take it back.
You're not gonna mention. Come on.
No.
Come on, dog. Come on.
Actually, been sleeping on it. Oaks. MS plus TN, you know what I'm saying? This is a special one. I actually
They're
don't know.
still
Like,
squeaky
I actually
clean,
don't know.
dog.
Nah, they're not anymore.
No, but they better get worse than Ghost Chief. They better not get worse than this.
Nah. MS plus TN got them recently, you know what I'm saying?
No, she's
I said the color. I'm trying to be like you, bro.
No, she's fine.
I'm trying to be like
Trust
you.
me, it's a difficult job. You don't want it.
We're gonna learn about it today. Yeah, we're gonna learn about it.
I shall be me.
Where did your love for fashion start?
Oof.
Oh, it just went straight into.
Yeah.
I thought I grew up. I'm the last born in Kaya. So I have like six boys.
Okay.
Six boys. in
Boys.
total, in
Six
total.
boys.
Okay.
So my brothers before me, they put me onto they put me onto Kwaito, Spantula. So I think my love for fashion comes from a very young age. Watching Kwaito music videos, seeing what's like wearing overalls with the orange all star. Dickies. That's where my love comes from. My love comes from like a very young age, inspired so much by Ikasi, inspired so much by my brothers before me. Yeah, that's where my love comes from. Yeah.
I mean, we can generally tell the generation in your style, you know. This is a style that speaks not only of the man that's wearing it, but also the time before.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can see that.
My life is dedicated to those that came before me. I'm paying homage to them.
Let's talk a bit about them. Like, what kind of influences did he have? Obviously, you mentioned your big bro. And there's a time where I actually had a chat with Slow, and he mentioned you as well. Like, and this isn't mentioning you, the ace that we all know and love. He mentioned you from back in the ends, when you guys literally were just meeting and you were coming into his hood, and he's like, "Hey, that's that cat from that session that last time," and it's just like 2 years later.
It's crazy, actually.
Yeah. So tell us about that, because the thing is, we're talking about this, but they really don't know the story.
So, like my brother before me, Andile. Andile. My brother before me is Andile.
Wait, was your mom one of those with the names that are all like Andile?
No,
I'm kidding that.
Sort of kind. I think basically what Andile means it's enough. Like right now, this is where we draw the line. I think, like with my brother, they were like, "Yo, Andile, okay, sure," and then. I think my mom also still wanted to like try
let's try
again for a daughter, man. Come on, 5 boys in.
Yeah, it's like please.
And then got Puma me, and then he was like, fuck me. Another boy, Andy, it's fine. It's enough now. It's okay. Let's cut it there. So my brother before me in 2011 started a brand called Nyland.
We slow spoke about it.
And then he was printing teas. So like I watched him. He was still like in high school and was doing that. So I watched him. I learned from him. I was doing it. I was chasing the dream. And then like a year later, my brother's friend actually, who became like obviously a family friend. He started his own brand called Moss Native. I'm not sure if ever like homies remember the brand Moss. It was Moss on top, and then it would be like your name, like Alex Moss or
actually
Moss.
I think I remember.
It was a family friend of mine.
That
So like that time I was like still young.
It's so hazy. I'm not even sure.
Quite a few homies know it.
Yeah.
So I grew up watching the brothers before me do that, like chase the dream, live the lifestyle. Like I mean, they did one.
So this is the age before we were even outside. This is before the boys were in town.
Bro, like
so
this is before even me. Like I was not going out. Like I was still young. I was probably like what? Like
where's the loud outside?
Yeah, I wasn't like I couldn't make it to any club that time. Like 14, 15.
Wow.
So I'd watch my brother that go out, that host event, that call DJ Tira, that work with Big Nas. So I basically the life that we live now, we have lived it in the past through our brothers, but we just are taking it to a bigger scale now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at this scale, you guys just recently dropped the tracksuits, the capsule.
Yeah.
You know, we recently got clothes from you guys, and you guys are definitely on a vibe right now. What's the summer vibe looking like for you personally, for Brogue? Like, what are we going into right now? Because you guys don't do anything by mistake.
Nah. We don't shoot us to do
it. Of course.
It's going precisely as we planned. Do you know? You've ever realized, like, let's say Mhlampe, he's watching a series and then he starts telling you about it, and then he's also watching it. Maybe he's like on episode 8 and you're like on episode 6, and then he's like, "Yo, don't ruin it for me." That's where I'm at right now. Tight-lipped. You guys on episode 6. I don't want to tell you what happens on episode 6. Come on, I'm just enjoying the series.
Okay, wait. I'll ask a question about episode 4. Now.
Okay.
So
let's talk about episode 4.
So the Brogue phenomenon. Like, I think it generally goes past race. Because just the way, we'll talk about just the caps in general. You see that cap on anyone. I went to like a trance, literally a trance festival. And I'm there with all the white people. Bro. I'm like, Kanjan.
Vibing out.
So like, obviously everything's part of the plan. How did you bridge the race thing? On some, it's not a black brand.
No.
It's a South African brand.
It's not a South African brand, bro. It's a cross-cultural brand.
Yeah, facts.
It's meant to represent not a specific color, a specific age or anything. It's meant to represent those that resonate with the story of going against the grain or go against the odds to better the circumstances of those around them. Yeah. So if you are black or if you are white or whatever color you are, and you're going against the odds and you resonate with the brand is yours, bro. It has nothing to do with color. I personally, I never like to separate myself and say, the white people aside, the black color. Like we can't say New South Africa, and then we still have chance of it's a black brand and try to keep certain things for a certain color. For me, I'm trying to like bring everyone together. Whether you're South African, wherever you're from, bro, I want you to like feel comfortable, bro. Like, there's so much I can learn from you. There's so much I can learn from the next person. Exactly. Bro. Like that's how we're trying to approach it.
And how does that same message? Because like obviously hearing you, talk about it, I can tell that like it touches you different. Like when you hear that not conforming to the culture, like it resonates with another story. So before you even tell that story as to why you feel like you understand the culture so much, let's talk about how that same image resonates with your arts now as the creative director, as the person who's like, we see you. It's not always your face, but it's the work of your hands that we see. So we see you quite often. And like, how does that message resonate with what you're trying to tell us now?
Personally, bro, like I'd say when we came into the scene, bro, in Cape Town, that was like 2015, 2016. Predominantly the spaces in town occupied by the white people, if not the colored. So there wasn't really like any representation for black kids as much as there is right now. We might have had Magila and all the other that most people don't know about because they were sort of like seen as underground. So we came in and said, listen, we need to sort of kind of like try and create a platform or like try and create a safe space for those like us, for those that come from where we come from those that resonate with the story, for those that go through the same struggles that we went through. That's the idea with Broke. Broke is sort of like a spearheader, not just for the Broke boys only, but for those like us.
It's
for those that
opening up.
Yeah, like opening up
for
the door
message
and leaving the door open.
Yeah.
Not just opening it, but like opening the door and leaving it open so that we all like ransack inside.
Okay. And then leads my follow-up question then. What's that story that you feel like makes you want to not conform so much? Like, where does that come from that no one needs to conform? Because obviously, like, you grew up with your brothers. You try to be like your brothers. You know what I'm saying? You grew up with the homies. You obviously try to fit in at some point, but at some point you realize.
I wouldn't say, like, I think I tried to fit in, like, way back in when I was in primary. Like, when I was still in Joburg, I can say, yeah.
When I was Spaza.
Yeah, I can, like, Spaza didn't really tap into it that much because I came to Cape Town, like, later on. So, growing up in Joburg, I can't say I tried to fit into his bourgeois. I tried to fit into that lifestyle. The skinny jeans or Toby or gumboots with the Arabic scarf. But, like, when I came to Cape Town, I realized, like, yo, bro, listen, I have my own story to tell, bro. And me and Coins have always shared the room, so everything starts with me and him. So, me and him kind of, like, found our space within each other. You know, like, yo, we content with where we are, we content with who we are, we content with what we're trying to achieve. Let's focus on that. Let's not try to be something that we're not. It's easier to be yourself than to be anything else. Or like, no one can be me better than me. So why not use that? Okay, that's a superpower. So for me, like, bro, I feel like instead of conforming, let me rather carve my own path, bro. That's where it comes from.
So it's a young entrepreneur adventurer here.
I started business management in CPUT before I dropped out. So I think that's where the entrepreneurship mind comes from. And just like learning from my mom. My mom's like a super hustler. Like, if you've watched Gomorrah, my mom is like my son.
Okay. On that front and the entrepreneurial thing, because what's been beautiful to see with Broke is the brand recognition that you guys went through. We spoke a little bit about old Khaki now. How have you found those conversations and actually being in corporate spaces with your background and with what you're working with? Is it hard to sell your message and your vision to people that might just be there looking at how many numbers are you going to push or whatnot, but you're selling them the Broke message and the vision is going this way? How has that been?
So what's crazy for me is that, like, I rarely ever approach anyone, bro. Like, I'm happy doing my thing on the side. Because most of the time when I approach someone, you sort of kind of get this thing that they're kind of like doing you a favor. So I always shy away from, like, asking favors or, like, trying to reach out to people. Like, I try to do that a lot less of that. So in most cases, corporates, like, reach out to me than me reaching out to them. So they reach out to me already knowing what I bring to the table. As much as when you start setting up meetings, I still have to convince them that what you know is just the tip of the iceberg. There's more to
season 2.
They're still watching season 1. You're still watching, bro. Come on. So for me, it's always like, yo, bro, I step into those rooms. Obviously, it's a different experience from what creatives normally do. Because creatives, we can meet at your studio, get a beer, check through, withdraw ideas on the serviette, and then we go home and then we take it to life. Whereas with corporates, bro, like, working in all Khaki has been crazy, bro. Like, it's been crazy learning experience, bro. Like, how they do stuff, like, how they execute it. Like, bro, you can have, like, 3 meetings one day. Like, I was having, when I was working on the collection, I was having, like, 3 meetings one day. I'm telling you, each meeting is like an hour long. I'd meet first floor, I'm meeting with footwear. I'm working on the loafers, trying to refine them. After that, I'm going up on top to work with the merchandise department. Then after that, I'm going on top to work with to pick up what's your plan, how your plan to roll out. So, like, I got to learn a lot from corporate. There is definitely a lot of red tape with corporate.
Of course.
Because there's certain things that they're scared to do.
Of course.
They really love their comfort zone. So it takes a bit of convincing to, like, listen, like, just trust me. Just trust me. Like, people, you have been giving the people the same thing over and over. Let's try something new. Let's try to do it the Broke way. Let's let the old Khaki way rest for now. Let's try to do it the Broke way.
Do you have a girlfriend?
Yo!
Do you have a girlfriend? Like, honestly, I don't like to, like, discuss my personal life. That's personal life, bro. That's personal life.
Say less.
Shut up.
Hey, they don't know part of the script.
I'm not saying shout out.
Top five. Shout out to
It's a top five
everyone
already.
who loves us.
It's a top five already.
Top five. Okay, so top five is a segment of the show where both Temba and I give you a category, and you just give us the top five of that category, I suppose that you like. You know what I'm saying? Your top five. So I'll be like top five movies, and you'll be like Inglourious Bastards.
Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Tell me, you wanna go first?
Nah, you start us off.
Okay, top five on my side, man.
Top five what?
Top five DJs of all time.
Fuck!
I also was going. I went yo.
Top five teachers of all time.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, that's crazy. Yo, that's crazy. I have DJ Kent there.
That's a very nice one.
I respect that one, dog. Yes.
Ultimate at 6. Don't fuck with it.
Yes,
I took DJ Soy for like he inspired me quite a lot. I have Kent. I have. He said coins, international obviously. Before the thing is with them, they're on the list because they know what I'm trying to dance to. So whenever they're behind the decks, they'll throw in a tune too.
Exactly, and you're like,
I think I'm going to get them like I feel like I'm bringing my boys. So obviously I have to put them there.
Yes, yeah, I know you owe them down.
Yeah, I'll put like chaotic there. I'm currently fucking with him, man. Fucking with him. I'd put also. Damn, this is crazy, bro.
Yeah,
stuff. Damn. One more.
So if you don't say this one, you haven't said a lot of people.
Don't do that, bruh. Now you're being spicy.
No pressure.
Yes. Who deserve the last spot?
In no particular order.
In no particular order.
Damn, that's tricky.
Controversial.
Fuck, I put PH, man. I'm fucking PH.
Okay, shout out.
PH, man, make the list.
Okay.
Tell me up.
On my side, and you can take this. This is how the question resonates to you. Top 5 creatives of all time. They can create anything. You can say sculptures. You can say art, like any kind of creation for you.
Any kind of creative. I put Takashi Tom. I put I fuck with Pharrell, man.
Okay.
I fuck with Sean to see how you move from just like surfboards to making a fucking solid brand. Fuck. It's not gonna be brand owners, but
it's okay.
I'd put Lazi Matebula from Beautiful Boys. I fuck with him.
Beautiful Boys.
Yes.
I fuck what it does, man. I'd put also there's so many creatives.
And there's one more spot.
Now you're doing it.
You put me on.
I'd put Dang.
Final spot.
Posties is only tough questions. It's not your last time on here. You know you're coming back.
Dang.
This one was too short. You're coming back. You're coming back.
I'd put fuck Lord. I put my boy Gorgeous, man. This is the Lord swag.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
no, Ace.
My
We love you. We appreciate you. Welcome to the family,
Thank you
bro.
so much.
It's a family, bro. You should come back to the house again at some point.
If you guys invite me, I can't just show up to the house,
Yes,
just be ringing the bell. Ding, ding, too late.
We have you, bro. We have you. That's what you said.
No, it's not the last time you're on here. Thank you so much for telling a little bit of your story and giving us episode 6. We're ready for episode 8. We're ready for it. We're excited.
Please stay tuned.
Yo.
We'll go Klubhouse soon.
Yes, sir.
Old Khaki dropping soon. Also, 8th of September
Yes,
we're
sir. I
live.
can't wait to be in Clubhouse.
Bro, the new one.
Too long.
The new one.
It's been too long.
Yeah.
Gentlemen,
Yeah.
if ever you have school on that day, you
Don't.
work, bro, just tell them like you're not going to make it.
Guys,
See the
sorry.
following day, bro. Like that's one weekend. I'm telling you, it's fire.
But guys, Posties family, thank you yet again for joining us. You know what you have to do? Subscribe, like, follow, share with your friends, talk to us. We're broke.
Yes.
And as always,
We're broke all the time.
We're broke all the time.
The journey continues.